right, welcome back to Enterprise Vibe Code. You guys are seeing some of my kind of thoughts around trying to, I don't know, make cooler animations or whatever. Oh, maybe you don't see them now. Yeah. Anyways, here's the terminal. Cool. Let's see if people join up. Yeah, I normally do it in the mornings. I have not streamed at night yet, so it'll be interesting to see if anybody shows up. I'm sure it takes a little bit for people to see it and join. While I'm doing that. Oh, okay. No. Where'd it go? I lost it. Oh no. Where the fuck did it go? I have a tab that's that's making noise now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yep. So, the idea behind this is just I'm trying to show that Enterprise Vibe Code. Oh, hey, we've got somebody in the chat. Hey, what's up, chat? Yeah, I'm just hanging out till I'm gonna work on some stuff with Gas Town in a little bit. I'm just waiting for people to join. What's up, chat? But anyways, yeah, I'm trying to visualize like this process of how do we integrate code from humans and agents. This is kind of like my first iteration. Or a first iteration. Okay, this might be the first. Yeah. The whole like dramatic music. But basically, we have human-generated code as one input, and then AI-generated code as another input, and both feed into this central enterprise vibe code process that we can like supercharge and like really like build up, really kind of golden plate this process to output, you know, business value on the other side. So does that make sense, chat? Let me know that you're there. But yeah, anyways, cool. I guess we'll get started. So usually I do this in the mornings, which is probably why we don't have a ton of people tuning in, but you know, usually Monday, Wednesday mornings, and now I'm going to try to do Tuesday, Thursday evenings, where basically I just work on Gas Town stuff, working on my own app, using Gas Town, and kind of the whole idea is to make kind of, I'm trying to build in public here, right? Like this whole exercise, if you look back at some of my other live streams, I'm kind of learning how Gas Town works and learning how we can use this process of AI generated code to build things. So anyways, let's do GT Mirror attach. So I brought down all my Gas Town stuff from previously. And then now I was working in a crew member who Who knows the difference between a polecat and a crew member in Gas Town? Let me know if you do. I think it's an important distinction that was only recently clarified in Steve Yeage's kind of blog posts, where he's like, oh yeah, crew members are kind of like long-lived instances versus polecats are kind of more ephemeral. So yeah, let's see. Can I do other things in here? Oh, okay, gotcha. Nice. I'm just playing around with. There's like some YouTube specific chat things that I can do too. So cool. All right. So we are here. Let's Roxis crew Alice. All right, so we're working on Roxis. Roxis is my kind of turning work in GitHub to posting on Instagram threads. So for right now, for the MVP, then we'll eventually just we'll broaden it out to all social media. But basically, this is the idea is to build in public, is to like have your work, because I see that the path going is like, all right, cost of going like outputting code is zero. Like anybody can write any amount of code and basically code up anything. Any CRUD app can be built. Okay, so what's next after that? We should probably market it as we're building it, and we should probably build an audience as we're marketing it, as we're like building it, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing here, like gestures broadly. Like Roxis isn't terribly like the end goal or anything like that. It's just like an example app that I can use to show, hey, I can build an entire end-to-end app and have people use it and have it be a real thing that I can just kind of keep as a I don't know, as a portfolio piece type of thing. All right, so it looks like we have brew upgrade, Claude code. We can upgrade Claude code, and then we can probably also upgrade brew upgrade bead. Let me do a I just made a poll. I think. Let me know if you've used Gas Town before. Nice. Oh. Can this update to the title? Tried it once, not a fan. Yeah, it takes kind of a learning curve. Like it's definitely, I think the real genius is kind of Claude managing other Claudes through Tmux, and I feel like it's yeah, like it's using that LLM to like look at another LLM, like the output of the LLM. So I don't know. I think it's probably like something like it is probably the future. Um, but yeah, maybe not necessarily Gas Town itself, because like there's a lot of uh, Claudes in there that probably just should be programs that should just be code that go around and like enforce like the loops, the witness loops or the daemon or whatever. Gas Town versus AutoClaude. I haven't tried AutoClaude. I've just been kind of early on Gas Town, and just kind of using that. So I'm not totally up on AutoClaude. Have you used AutoClaude? Stick with Ralph. Yeah. I'm sure that's like. So in Steve Yegi's latest blog post, Steve Yegi, he's talking about how Ralph and like Ralph and Gastown are gonna meet up. like they're two different parts. So Gastown's kind of like the orchestrator. He talks about Gastown being like um, uh, Gastown being like a swarm of ants, and then Ralph is like a super ant that can like go and accomplish things. Um, so like you have one like super model or whatever. Yo, what's up, JMD? Um, you have like one supermodel that, or super, not model, but like, you get what I mean, super agent that can go and accomplish one thing really well. And then at some point we'll be able to orchestrate a bunch of Ralph loops with something like Gastown. So yeah, check it out if you haven't read it. It's a good article. I follow Steve Yegi, and like obviously like I'm kind of graffiti. What's graffiti? Graffiti knowledge graphs for AI. For like, oh, this is for the Claude, auto Claude thing. Query temporary for Taylor for dynamic continuously integrates user. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't heard of this, but cool. This is auto Claude graffiti. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I don't think he did. I don't think he decided himself. I feel like that was decided for him. Like somebody launched it on his behalf, and then that's allegedly the story. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know if he would spend the time to launch his own coin or whatever. Um, yeah. Oh, angle brackets. Oh, that's why. Dale tiles. Yeah. All right. So sorry. I don't know what's a valid YouTube title, and it didn't update my previous style, but I think it should be good now. Okay, cool. Yeah. We're at 50-50. Have you used Gas Town? But anyways, yeah. So cool. We're yeah. Anyways, and then also I don't know. Got a plug. Got a shill. I write a newsletter. This is my latest one is around the latest, what I think is coming in terms of second and third order effects, the vibe coding, what's coming down the pipe, what at least what I see potentially happening. Fact that he promoted it as basically backing the coin and cashing out when his fans buy it. And then the guys that create rug pull, pretty scammy. I mean, it'd be kind of weird if he didn't address it. I don't know. It's a hard position to be put in, right? Like if you are suddenly the recipient of 100K to 300K, however much that coin is worth. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like crypto scams as much as the next guy, but when you're, I don't know, when you're working on an open source project for free and he's turning down like investor money or whatever, then yeah, I don't know. It's kind of strange, or it's a tough spot to be put in, I guess. Like if somebody says, hey, you have a bunch of money on this crypto account that we created for you, I don't know, like it's real money, but at the same time, and those guys may be like promoting it without him, and if he doesn't address it, then nobody knows if it's really him, or like if it is his coin or not, right? So yeah, I don't know, it's tough. Anyways, let's get back to, all right. Oops, not that one. Not that one. No, those guys do that to every influencer. They make a crypto coin, pay them transaction fees. It's the same as we'll pay you 30K shoulder coin. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, well, yeah, I guess I don't know the crypto community well enough. Maybe that's the case. Like I'm not I don't follow, so maybe that's a the scam they're running, and maybe Steve doesn't know as well. I'm not, and like maybe the people around him don't understand this crypto whatever, like rug pull scam or whatever. So yeah. Cool. Let's spin up the worker. Please spin up crew member Alice for Roxis. Okay, cool. Cool. So we got Roxis, Alice. So we were planning a spec last time. And okay. I need to sneeze, but yeah, it's always the worst where I have to like time the mute or whatever. But anyways, please review the spec that we created. Basically, we're trying to write out all the super branch v2 consolidated. Okay, gotcha. Your spec files. We kind of have it half implemented. This Roxis app kind of sort of implemented. There's something at Roxis.ai, but it doesn't actually work all that well. You don't have to like look like it doesn't do anything right now. But we're going to please only consider the spec.md. Oh, it's only trained on schema. Open AI models. Missing field. Please fix. Domain for prod is roxis.ai. Oh, auth scope. Okay, please clarify. Index. Okay, please add. What are you guys building in your nights and weekends, or even at work? Like I don't know, whatever. Like your what are you using Agentic coding for? Potentially Gas Town. Or Claude code or auto Claude or anything that we've talked about before. Yep, we're just changing the spec. Trying to create my own agentic setup in Claude code. Nice. Leading charge on agentic AI for a biosciences company. Cool. So I have lots of agents hooks. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I mean that's kind of all of us here is we're probably the most advanced users of agents at our respective places of work. We're keeping headcount down just so we don't have to hire project managers to blow our scope up. Yeah, that's probably good. I mean, there's pros and cons. I think product versus project managers, right? That's probably a difference. But if you're if you're technical and you're like exactly what needs to be built, like you probably can run lean and not have somebody to breathing down your neck. One thing specifically is like having the ability to attach docs plans to each feature. Basically like beads plus plus. Gotcha. Yeah, I this is the first time I'm writing a spec. I'm actually like setting up a gigantic doc here. So a subagent can look back on previous features, have a more of a proposed audit trail. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's good to like. I think that's one thing that I saw on this Hacker News thread. And I really wish I could have seen it or like found it again. But like, basically, we're throwing away all the chat history, and when we should probably be like querying it. Like we should be keeping all of this chat history around with how we just all of our previous interactions with Claude. And this dude was keeping it around, and he was like indexing it, and it was an interesting way to like, I don't know, we burn these tokens like to get these answers, and then we just kind of we create code with them or docs, and we throw the rest of them, throw all the conversations away. So yeah, I feel like we're going to like conserve, not necessarily conserve tokens, but the history will become more of a thing, and we'll need to, not need to, but it'll become advantageous to look back on giving agents context on what happened. That's why you want hyperstream. You retain your agents so you can learn from the context window and toss away. Oh, hyperstream. Let's see. Is it this one? Full history will be standard by end of year. Yep. Well, inference and training engine built in Rust. Bottle. Yes, I want. Okay. No reason not to keep it just in case, and sub agents keep made as context window clear. Yep, exactly. Cool. Yeah, I'll check this one out. Cool. All right. Okay, please review spec one more time. You can always, and like this is kind of what Steve Yagi talked about in this article of like Ralph loops. It's like it's really good at like kind of making the agents go to convergence and kind of like making it do a thing until it's done, until it determines it's done. Have I tried Claude Cowork yet? No. I'm more, yeah, just Claude Code on my personal, and then we use Augie at work, and it's kind of it uses Opus on the back end as the model, and then it's got like a, I don't know, I bring them up every single live stream, and they should start sponsoring me. But they do this, yeah, interesting indexing thing. It showed, Claude Cowork to your parents. They were mind blown. I think it's really going to be Claude Code breakthrough for knowledge workers. Yeah, like that's, use augmented but left out 5 times price increase. Their context is unmatched though. Cool, yeah. Yeah, that's the idea, I think, is to like maximize the indexing your code and kind of conserving your agent's context. I'm not entirely sure what it does, but yeah, it's I imagine it's a fancy search. Like it gives you yeah, all this stuff. But anyways, they're not sponsoring this. They should. I wish they were. This is all the sponsorship is my my newsletter and liking and subscribing. Hit the thumbs up, please. Helps out a lot. Helps the channel grow. I'll do these more in the evenings if you guys like these. I do these typically Monday, Wednesday, and then the weekends mornings. And then yeah, then I'm considering adding like Tuesday, Thursday evenings. So yeah, one thing I'm missing, Claude Code doesn't do any indexing beforehand. Yep. And what's interesting is that Augment is, not to get back on Augment, but they have an MCP server, so you can like use Augment with Claude Code if that's the thing. If you just want to use the search, if you just want to use their indexing. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think something like that is the future. Okay. Let's look at the spec again. Post-roll. I've heard about I'm sure it isn't. Like I'm sure their augment agent called Augie probably knows how to use it better and is just trained on using it better. But it works pretty well for when I use it at work. So I think it. I have it just set up like the MCP server set up for my Claude Code stuff here. So I don't know. We'll see if it gets used or not. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to sneeze in your earbuds. Remove commit message from drive. Have I considered letting Claude manage Gas Town? As in, Claude open a terminal and monitor the entire thing and make adjustments when necessary. So like monitoring the dashboard, I guess. I mean, that's kind of the idea of the mayor, right? Like you kick off tasks and then they all report back in to the mayor eventually. I guess what have you, yeah, what maybe expand more on that. But yeah, right now we're doing the boring part of like writing out a spec, and then once we're good with the spec, we'll turn them into beads, and then from there we'll kind of launch it with Gas Town. So sit tight if you want to see Gas Town in action. It'll be a bit. Basically, yeah, having it doing another round. Sorry. Having it spec out stuff. And then once we kind of have things really well defined, then we'll turn those into beads. And then we'll do TDD. We'll have it write tests first, and then it'll be dope. Okay, please review one more time. Checking on the poll. Oh, most people haven't used Gas Town in here. Nice. Cool. Claude does what you're doing. Claude makes the decisions you're making. Claude can open a terminal. You're at the spec, and Claude opens a Claude instance implement. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe I shouldn't be doing all these individual things. But that is like, I don't know, like at some point there should be a human, right? Like to, because I have to kind of tell it what I want, right? At some point. So but at the same time it's like it's taking a long time, and it should just make these decisions, I guess. So okay, please fix these issues. As always, like and subscribe. Just, I don't know, if you're new here, thank you. Thank you for watching. We're working here. We're trying to make a spec for my build. Last one, you make the decision on the specs. Implementation goes to Claude. Shouldn't be nudging the mayor. Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of the idea behind this, right? I'm gonna write the spec, and then I'm gonna generate the beats here, and then I'm gonna go back to the mayor and tell the mayor, hey, I've got a bunch of beads on Roxis. Please spin up convoys for to assign these beads out and work on them. So the project is my. So basically, I'm not this one. Which one is it? Yeah, Roxis. So the name is kind of like a play on Sora, like the OpenAI Sora. Kingdom Hearts reference, even though OpenAI isn't a Kingdom Hearts reference, as far as I know. I think Sora means sky or something in Japanese. So, anyways, Roxis. I thought, oh, maybe I make the opposite of Sora, and like it's kind of like the or complementary type of thing to Sora. So I'm trying to make basically this build in public type of thing, that which is like this whole like a dude has already made this already. To be very clear, this is I felt like I had the idea first, but maybe this dude also had the idea about the same time, maybe. Where I keep saying build in public, but like that's the name of his thing too. So it's this thing. The idea is that we're going to be generating a ton of code with vibe coding. The code is cheap. Anybody can build anything. So we're going to be making a lot of commits, and developers don't like marketing. We generally don't like dealing with social media or whatever. So let's automate that part and like kind of generate social media posts with what we're working on. So with our git commits and our diffs on those commits, kind of get fed into OpenAI, and then we get out, at least for the MVP, a thread, like an Instagram thread post. Yeah, does that make sense? Sorry. I am currently writing the spec here. Um, so it's like I have a thing up, Roxis.ai. It's not like a really real service or anything. So um, yeah, like it doesn't really work here, but it'll we're basically writing the spec, and then it'll like redo everything. Um, Hopefully, that's the idea. Okay, do we need to review the spec again? Yeah, interesting. It doesn't seem like, yeah, not too many people have used Gas Town. 8 votes. Most people haven't. I like the idea, yes, making social media posts is no fun. But I have a lot creating good posts with just AI. Yeah, I mean, I think it will get better over time. I think the whole AI slop thing is just we haven't figured out the process yet. Same thing with code. Like I think this enterprise vibe code, this the name of the channel, I feel like there's a process that we can do to kind of like pipeline things through and improve them, improve the quality of the output. Okay. Okay. All right, let's ChatGPT for human sounding posts. Gotcha. Yeah. Clear. Okay. Okay, use please delete Gemini spec and Codex spec. Okay, let's create, or actually first commit spec.md and push. I think we had a couple of commits here. Oh, maybe we did merge it the last time. Okay. Oh yeah, we did merge it. Okay, never mind. Update branch. Okay. Anyways, okay, please read the spec and start creating beads based on the spec in a tracer bullet TDD fashion, focusing on the MVP use cases. So I use that word salad, tracer bullet TDD, MVP. Like, I'm telling the agent where to look. I'm saying, hey, don't think about anything else. I know it doesn't think, and like, don't pull your tokens from things that don't align with a tracer bullet ideology of like, hey, just you. Let's start from an end-to-end type of use case first, and then we're going to do test-driven development, and we're going to kind of focus on, yeah, just delivering minimum viable product. So I think these different acronyms kind of help zone in these things. What prompts do you guys like to use? Is there anything that's worked really well for you guys? Oh yeah, I use yeah, Epic's. It should be, so if we look at these beads, oh yeah, and so it uses like these. Sorry, thank you. So it uses these. It is creating an epic, and then it's kind of, yeah, breaking things down and making dependencies across all these different things. Fix it or I go to jail is my go-to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like emotionally manipulating them, I guess. It feels kind of wrong. Do you know about the games and AI economies created in Claude? No. What are those about? Helios 347. What are games and AI economies? 23 IP dependency structure. Shackled. Okay. Do all of the does all the specs are all this are all of the spec requirements baked into these beads? Just thought of this. Beads should totally have linear support or auto sync. Epic Sax is great, would be pretty useful. I've never used linear, and is it like heavyweight? Like it is it? I guess I've never used linear to like really understand it. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck with Jira at work. They're about a gamified approach to using code for infrastructure like a game. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I mean, this Cloud Code feels like a game. What's missing from beads? Okay. Yes, please fill in all missing items. Put all the dependencies in the beads, but really focus on a tracer bullet end-to-end flow using TDD. I feel like you would have much better experience with BMAD. I mean, maybe. Like, I've heard that before, and I think everyone has their own like little kind of pet thing that they like to use. I don't know. I found that this works pretty well for me. I feel like experience in a tool beats trying a bunch of tools. I feel like if you're constantly tool hopping, you don't actually learn anything. Like you don't stick around and really like feel out the details of the tool. And if you're just like constantly going back and forth between different things, if you're like somebody suggested AutoClaude today, and somebody else like people, there's dozens of these tools out there. I'm sure they all work pretty well, and I feel like I don't know. Like I follow Steve Yegi because of this book he wrote with Gene Kim, Vibe Coding. I read it and it's excellent. Highly recommend it. They vibe coded the entire book, which is kind of interesting. If you don't know Gene Kim, I'm a DevOps guy, so Gene Kim, he's like a DevOps kind of wizard. He's one of the kind of main guys. He does the Dora metrics, like accelerate, like that's kind of based on this book. And that's the if you've heard of Dora, that kind of he's one of those guys. It came from him. He also wrote the Phoenix Project. Basically, I started taking vibe coding as soon as I heard that Gene Kim wrote a freaking book about it, because he's a serious guy. Yeah, Phoenix Project book like stressed me out. I never finished it because I was only like listening to the audiobook, and I think the first half of the book is just like, oh, it's terrible. Everything is the worst, and it just stressed me out because it like reminded me about work. I was just like, oh no, no. I mean, not that we don't seem like that, but it's just like I don't know. It felt like too much of I've seen these things before, right? So I don't know. But anyways, Gene Kim, a great guy to follow, and he wrote this book with Steve Yegi and showed that hey, like vibe coding is like a real thing that we need to pay attention to. And I've been vibe coding ever since. And like whatever, that was October or something. I had been working with it a little bit before then, but I really started taking it super seriously just a few months ago. And yeah, I follow Steve Yegi's stuff, and I think he's been vibe coding more than anybody. And if I respect like people who are doing the thing 12 hours a day, 10, 12 hours a day. Like he's so much further down the road than we are, like creating things like beads and Gas Town and whatever. Like he is kind of like the person who's like whatever furthest ahead, and he's bringing kind of knowledge back from kind of the real bleeding edge. So had a feeling the book was written by GPT. So many M dashes. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It was vibe coded, but I think it still read well and still like kind of got the point across. And I read the book while I was watching season 2 of The Bear. Have you guys heard of The Bear, the TV show? Basically, it's about cooking and like being a chef, and they make a chef analogy. Do I have any finished projects with Gas Town? No, I I want to like that's what I'm trying to get at here with this Roxis thing. Like I really want just like a encapsulated. This is an app. It's out there. People like have it whatever set up with Stripe and have a real uh, uh, app just out there for people to use. Oh, thank you. Do you even code, bro? I appreciate you jumping on. Um, but yeah, basically, I whatever plugging my newsletter here. I wrote a thing about how the bear and kind of like the analogies they make about chefing in the book um, here. So, anyways, so we got okay. We'll merge this. Okay. Okay. Cool. Um. All right. Sweet. So we got database. Okay. Cool. So it's got like this whole critical path type of deal. Okay. Do we have a A new subscriber to the newsletter. Now he has some new stuff to read. Cool. Thank you, Frank Schwartz. Really appreciate it. If you guys, oh, look, I started talking and the whatever the speech to text picked it up, but yeah, if you guys can also like and subscribe, would really appreciate it. Like hit the like button. We only got 2 likes here. There's like 10 people here, so liking it will help the stream grow. I want to do this more often and kind of show people, hey, this is what we can do, what is possible with this AI technology. So, anyways, I was able to reverse engineer an Android app using Claude code and JADX MCP created by my own small clone. Wild times, yeah, that's dope. Yeah, that's definitely. There's going to be lots of kind of use cases. Sorry, my cats are in the back here. Like that's why I looked back. And anyways, so yeah, I feel like we're on the precipice of something huge, and I'm not even vibe coding all that much. I'm just kind of like figuring how these things work and trying to communicate this out and trying to like make as much material as possible available to everyone. Thought about background music. I need to figure that out. I don't know what free background music, live stream background music. Okay, so I have to pay for that. Music for streamers. Yeah, I would have to figure this out. JADX basically decompiles the APK to source code. Claude just uses the MCP to dig in the code. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, because I imagine that's like a pretty specialized thing that Claude wouldn't be like trained on. Could use like Perplexity Radio on YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, I do use Restream, so let's see. Hang on. Let me check this out. Where is it? Here. Okay. And then AI lo-fi. Yeah. Okay. Let me. All right. Looking at my Restream here. Where do I? Channels, settings. How do I add that then? Where? Add source, background music. Open Restream Studio. Oh, well. I'm not doing that. I have OBS, so. Oh, okay. Gosh. It's only through Restream Studio. All right. Perplexity Radio on YouTube. Okay. Let me look that up. Value music stream. Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Oh, live stream. Where is it? Does it? Does not? Playlist. Oh, it's down right now. Okay. Oh, PPLX radio. Okay. Oh, it's just not. Oh, wow. Huh. Okay. Is it gonna? This is royalty free, or is it? No. This is royalty free, but I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked. I don't. You guys are watching me figure this out in real time. Lo-fi music generator. All right, yeah, let's do that. All right, sure. Too many options for a quick listen, right? Yeah. Yeah. Just start generating now. Of course I need a freaking upgrade. Just something chill to code and vibe code to. Something chill to vibe code to. Please review the beads plan. Is it working? Song generation completed. Okay, how do I play it? Okay. Critical path too long. 14 says the first post. Violates traceability principle. Too many dependencies for improve core flow works. Key beads. Over constrained. Sure. Let's do option C. Like, there's probably certain things that can probably wait. do see. Gas Town poll has 13 votes. 85% no. Haven't used Gas Town yet. Okay. Cool. That's nice. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear me over it then? Oh, heard it till you tab back to the terminal. The terminal's like, oh, okay, so it's coming through the window here. Okay, all right, let me figure it out. Okay, gotcha. All right, so you shouldn't hear it as loud, but do you still hear it? You ever hear it? Some say I forget. Easy. Some said forget easy copyright free options. Wait, lo-fi geeks live stream on YouTube. You can always look at the music rabbit hole there. Gotcha. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'll make a note of those options. Thank you. Can only hear through your mic. Okay. I'm curious if you hear it. Okay, yeah, now you hear it through the speakers, coming out the speakers into my mic, I think. Yep. Okay, cool. All right, so we're having it kind of plan out the tracer bullet. So the two phases that we're doing, that we did, so we did the spec. So that's the who, what, when, where, why. Kind of the project overall, the definition of the project, and then I think the beads are how, like who, what, when, where, why, and then how is like how we do it is with these beads issues. Project cycle. Okay, so now I think review the beads one more time. So I think once I have the beads, I'm gonna go back to the mayor and be like, all right, mayor, start slinging these beads. Well, actually, let me have it look at the beads in relationship to the existing project structure. I'm sure it's not going to work. I'm sure it's going to have issues. Please evaluate the beads compared to the existing project structure and add existing implementation details and what needs to be changed. Oh, yeah. I think it only did like... The beads are based on the wrong architecture. Okay. All right. So okay. All right. How many lines of code Gas Town is now? Not sure. I haven't like that. I do want to get back into it. I do want to contribute to it, but I wanted to also just focus on like my own project and like really just be like, all right, this thing I can say really encapsulate a thing and be like, all right, I did a thing and it's done. So do option one. Okay. Project right now is called Roxis. It's basically we're going to be vibe coding we're going to be outputting a bunch of code as developers in general, and we should probably like for whatever project we're making, we should probably market it in some way. So basically it's a way for us to automate like Git commits and generate social media posts off of that and post them, right? So developers don't really like doing social media, and in general as like a we just want to code and just kind of show the product itself. But since code is going to like the value of code is going to zero, like code is cheap and free and we can generate as much as we want. We need kind of like distribution of that. We can build the app, but then we need to like tell people about it. So the easiest way to do that is to kind of tell people about it as we're building it. Does that make sense? I can't get it to like loop. But for marking, are you saying the marking would be like patch notes for it? Yeah. It would open, the patch notes and the code itself kind of like would get fed into OpenAI, and then OpenAI would generate a whatever user friendly, like non-dev friendly messaging around it, and then create like an image or like the the name of the project Roxis is kind of in reference to Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts, like the opposite of Sora, right? So my initial idea was like, oh, maybe I can make like a video, little like video update for every change. And I was like, oh, that's kind of expensive. So like, I'm gonna do like text at first, and then we'll do I don't know, eventually add images and then videos. So okay, traceable it, GitHub integration. Okay, draft model, activity, polish. Gotcha. Yep. Polish professor. Okay. Please take a look at the beads and review them compared to the spec and the repo itself. So we're doing a bunch of planning. I just really want to make sure it knows exactly what it's doing. Sorry, I let the music stop, but it doesn't have like a nice looping thing. Cool. Run loop it in Windows Media Player. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Please create missing beads. cool. Looping now. All right. Please review beads again and ensure that dependencies make sense. What projects are you guys working on? Working on a book lending web mobile application and a program management suite. Nice. That's cool. It's good to, yeah, not just buy books. Like I've got, tons of books and I haven't read any of them. So it's probably better to, lend to them than, buying entire copies, and it's kind of wasteful. That kind of makes sense. Holmes GPT as a bot for initial Kate's issue diagnosis. Oh, okay, gotcha. Let me look at Holmes GPT. On-call AI agent. Okay, cool. CNCF. So it's like a free, like open source. Data sources. Okay, so it can connect with all these different guys. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah. I've used Claude as a way to as an agent in the middle of a bunch of these different services. Can you use local AI effect? Okay, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, I think local AI, it's being slept on. I mean, look at my freaking title. Like I'm paying for Claude Code, but I feel like I also have like a decent Mac that I think could probably run these models pretty well. Okay, please review these one more time. Yeah, this is actually probably the best. Like, I get a curated list of all these different AI tools from you guys. Like, different people ask, oh, have you used this? Have you used that? I mean, that's what I'm here for. Is to, like, while I'm waiting for my stuff to do things, I can, check out these different tools that you guys are, that you guys suggest. Qwen 3 code is such a huge step back. Sonnet 4 used to be better than it. Okay, gotcha. This is the only way for me to interact with colleagues at the water cooler, yeah. Hey, have you heard of the latest AI tool, right? Yeah, that's funny. All right. Correct. JMD, vibe code a YouTube bot suggested and label each with whether you use it or not. Oh, vibe code a YouTube bot to auto create a list of all the tools people suggest in chat. With the counter of most suggested and label with each whether you use it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's an actually, like, I might do that. JMD, I am writing it down. That's how official this is. That might be the next project. Legion, hi, you can make that using StreamerBot in Discord. Nice. Context pruners to cut token use. Oh, what's up, Yog? 4042. Yeah, pen and paper official, right? Oh shoot, chat is popping off right now. 18 people. What's up? Make sure to like it, like the video, guys. It'll help us out. Okay. Okay, so, all right, all dependencies verified. All right, so we've got all these beads created. So now I'm gonna fucking let it rip, guys. I'm just gonna, I am going full vibe code. Take a look at the Roxis beads that Alice created. Like, this is gonna be the fun part. Is the music too loud? Or is it like, okay. I feel like I'm like yelling over it maybe a little bit, so. Okay. It's okay. Okay. Cool. Please create a convoy around completing these beads feel free to just create one big PR for all this, since we have a dev PR environment that we can just build and test these features on. Oh, now you can't hear it? Okay, gotcha. All right. I'll turn it up. Gas Town is a way to manage Claudes. So it's like Claude managing Claudes, like Claude code instances. So it uses tmux. So each of these are full like Claude instances. So it's a way to like orchestrate different Claudes to work together. Like Fabric AI. Which one is it? Number one coding agent. Is it this one? It's this. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, everyone comes in and suggests a different tool, and like why people were like, hey, we should just keep track of what everyone suggests. No, I haven't used this, and feel free, like, continue to use it if it works well for you. But for me, it's like I want to go deep on using tools rather than kind of trying the tool of the week. I'd rather stick with like Gas Town and really understand how it works, and then over time like develop some amount of mastery with it, versus just like looking for the next tool that may or may not give me a boost, because then like there's a learning curve with every tool. Like you go back down to like 0 experience points with a tool, versus if you learn a tool over time, you kind of like get better and better at it. So now I can use it. I live in Venezuela. Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool. Nice. Welcome. Or actually, let me make sure this is all. Do these beads have a TDD, implemented in a TDD way? I live in Venezuela. All I know is theory. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Your deep dive on Gas Town doesn't mean stay with mostly Claude to deep dive on that. Yeah, I have added like other models to I added Augie to Gas Town. Like my contribution history is so like prestigious or whatever. Like I merged. I added Cursor, Augie, and Source Graph Amp as agents presets, But yes, you're good observation. I am going to maintain, like, keep that consistent too. I prefer Claude, and I don't want to like move too many parts around. The beads are not TDD structured. Oh, okay, gotcha. It got, yeah, so the TDD part of this got wiped when we like refactored. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Thanks all for hanging out. Appreciate everyone being here. Shit. While we're refactoring beads, I do have a newsletter where I kind of like, this is my latest article about kind of what I see happening in the future with regards to vibe coding and like what effects it's going to have. I also have like other posts around kind of processes and my initial Gas Town post. I wrote this after, yeah, we're using it for 10 hours out of the first 48 hours that it dropped. And it's kind of a good like primer on it. Yeah, feel free to subscribe. I try to write a new article every week. I've been successful with that so far. Every Friday I write the article and then I post it in the on the weekends. But I'm thinking it's funny that YouTube recommended this live stream to me. It's similar to what I've been thinking about for my own live streams. Awesome. I mean, cool. Like that the algorithm magic connects people with similar interests. So yeah. Anyways. So yeah, feel free, subscribe. Please help support the channel. We're growing. I want to do more of these. Like I think that's the encouraging thing, is like people are showing up and like watching. Hopefully I'm not like, I don't know. There's these other like live streamers who are like, oh, watch me live stream in vibe code till I make $1 million or whatever. It's like, well, I don't know. I feel like that's whatever, kind of spammy maybe, or not, maybe not spammy, but like disingenuous maybe. I don't know. I just want to do projects. I just want to talk to people about working and doing projects. So very cool. So we added some TDD beads. So we make sure we write the tests before we implement. TDD is super helpful for keeping agents on track and kind of like gives them constraints. Selling gas. Gas Town, yeah. Selling air. Oh, for the streamers, yeah, they're not really selling anything, or they're like, I don't know. I'm like, it's tough to, yeah, I don't know what their marketing plays are, whatever. Like, I want to build an audience. I want to kind of talk with you guys. I'm no expert. Yeah. Selling air. The other streamers, yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I don't know. I want to show what I'm doing and discuss these different things with you guys. So And like I'm not coming at it as an expert. I'm just like, this is what I'm doing. Hopefully it's helpful. Okay, all right. So I think we made the beads better by adding those TDDs. So then, please take a look at the beads again. We added some TDD. Oops. Its corresponding implementation proper TD sequencing. Wait, I read a paper that talks divide tasks and levels with predefined personalities. It's not necessarily personalities. Like, I'm giving it, yeah, more like just test-driven development, where it's like it'll write the test first, and then it'll implement towards the test. Are the beads right? Are the dependencies going in the right direction for the TDD? But yeah, a lot of people try to create like an entire org chart basically with like all these different roles, and I think that's a little bit overkill. You can kind of get that by just invoking, kind of asking the agent to do something. Just like task driven versus you are the expert QA person and you have 10 years of experience or whatever. It's people are kind of moving away from that, it feels like. Okay. All right. So we're all right. Cool. Cool. Okay, please create a convoy that will start working on these beads. Please ask me beforehand. Ask me any clarifying questions. And ask to confirm your actions. Yeah, now the models can think. Yeah. It's not, yeah, we're constraining the tokens. We are kind of, we're saying, hey, we want these certain kinds of tokens in this kind of shape, in this whatever multi-dimensional space of these models. So Did I miss something? No. All right, so it's slinging the 10 beads to polecats in parallel. So let's see. We are spinning up some polecats here. Sorry, I'm just kind of clearing out my tabs because I need to read this yet. Because we're going to start to spin up a bunch. Yep, look at this. So these are all the different polecats spinning up. Look at the mirror. Oh, I didn't use the... I didn't spin up the latest Gas Town. I fucked up. Now it's getting caught up on these beads. By repeating similar prompts, will the AI refine something until it begins plateauing? Yes. Yep, that's what convergence means, is that it just kind of... I mean, that's the whole idea behind the Ralph loop, apparently. Is that it just kind of repeats until it's done. So then it's like... It determines when it is done. When it feels like it can't do anything more. Alright, so we're really flying here now. Or what is it for Mac? Top? Have you used Converge to make the beads in Spec on this project? Not really. Like, kinda, sorta. Like, I repeated more or less like, hey, are you sure about the spec? Hey, are you sure about the beads? I kind of did it manually, but I didn't do it, like, with... Because it asked me questions, it kept, like, asking me to refine certain things. But I didn't have it automatically do that. Alright, yeah. So we got a bunch of Claudes running around. We've got OBS. So yep, these workers are doing their thing. What are beads? Beads are kind of Jira issues for agents. So let's take a look at our Claude usage. Billing usage. So we're not even at 14% usage for this session. I'm probably not fully using my Claude subscription, but hey. Fix the infrastructure issue first. JSS hook. Did that answer your question about beads? That they're kind of agent specific issues. It's an issue tracker for agents. Yeah, I heard Steve talk about them. It was like some new discovery. Yeah, kind of. I mean, yes, like people do try to use regular issues with agents, but I feel like it does work a lot better with like a local files, and like it's a purpose-built object rather than just kind of a random markdown file. What's up, Kaden Burleson? How you doing? We're just running Gas Town, and we've got a bunch of workers doing stuff. Ooh, we got one that's done. Okay, cool. They're getting done, I think. Okay, please assign out more beads to idle workers. I'm just gonna put all this stuff in one. Okay. This isn't gonna be good. So let's go to the refinery. Where's the refinery? Crew Alice. West. Each individual one is creating. Fuck. How long did it take you to get up and running with Gas Town? How many hours did it take you to understand? So I wrote a blog post about it. The first 10 hours that I spent with it within the first 2 days of that it was released, right? Like it was released on the 1st. Probably took me something like 3 hours to get my bearings around it, and then 10 hours to really cook. Please spin up a refinery for Roxis. So refinery is kind of like a trick. Like it's so if like Steve Agee calls it like Kubernetes, like Gas Town is Kubernetes for Claude, which kind of makes sense. Like you have, I like using it. I've spent a decent amount of time in it, and let's see. Is the refinery up? Yeah. Oop. Oh, Mayor restarted. Oh, dang. Now all these are still up again. Cool. Oh, but the refinery isn't up. Oh, here we go. There's the refinery. Okay. Please tell the refinery to start working on merging the PRs. Yeah, no, I'm enjoying Gas Town, and I feel like it's, so you span a lot of work out, so you like parallelize a bunch of stuff, and then you eventually have to like merge it all in, so you can like be massively parallel, and eventually you still have to like get all your changes into like a merge queue, that's what the refinery is. Where is it? Refinery. I think we're doing okay on resources, so it's not like... We want to start the Roxis refinery. Oh, Gas Town refinery, Roxis refinery. Okay. But yeah, there's a little like, yeah, you to really get the most out of it. Like I'm using tmux to like all these things. So the mayor is kind of like deep models. The mayor is like who you talk to mostly, and you tell it to sling out work to polecats. Polecats are like workers, and then so you see here, like I've generated a bunch of PRs, right? Like all the different polecats are getting done with their work and pushing these things up, and then eventually we gotta kind of merge all these things together, right? These are going to be TDD red phase, so I want to Roxis refinery. Okay, we have a bunch of okay. PRs up. Against the GitHub. Please merge all of these PRs together into one branch. I want to test these all against one branch and not merge them in individually. Roles in Gas Town. So the mayor is the main one. You can have crew members, which are like long-lived. Well, I guess I kind of got assigned work anyway. Long-lived, you're supposed to be doing like beads work. You're supposed to be like creating beads and creating like planning out the work in these long-lived ones, and then the polecats are more should be doing the work, but I think it got confused and started spinning up crew members to do the work, which is fine, but nudge idle polecats. So then it's gonna, there's certain ones where I saw, hey, their message was just sitting there, and I'm sure that's the case across a bunch of them. So I'm like, hey, like, kick it to make it do its work. So that's the peril of having like a prompt based like management system. Our role's really different, like really just like different system prompts that each drive each one, these quick characters, so to speak. Yes, exactly. Yeah, these are all kind of, yeah, like it's all prompt based. It's not like a separate agent or whatever. It's not separately trained or anything. It's just all Claude, just different initial prompts and different like responsibilities. I think your top 3 contributor GT was developer experience for Gas Town as a contributor. What are some of the current challenges, opportunities you see as it evolves? Thank you for recognizing. Oh, all right. So look at this. So we're at up to 26% usage now in the session. I feel like so. Town. We've got a shit ton of PRs, and in a lot of, I think the main, like this one dude, let me find him. So here, Bashu, but I forget his name. But yeah, this dude's super legit. Like, he should be getting more recognition than me, but he's does his, like, how this stuff works is like there's a bunch of work that is kind of duplicated, and I'm sure this is the same, like a problem in a lot of open source projects. Like, people start taking the same issue and like start doing the same work, but it's like times 10 like in this particular project, right? There's so much duplicate work, and they're like, it's made to like create a bunch of like parallel processing. So and yeah, they're still trying to figure it out. But yeah, no, I mean, I contribute, like, my top 3 contributions or whatever. It's, I haven't merged a ton in. Like, I went crazy and like spun up a bunch of PRs, and then I was like, fuck, I can't like actually review all of them. So I closed them, and like, or Steve eventually closed them. And I was like, do not merge, like, don't, like, I haven't like actually looked at all these yet, right? So I think more people have done the same thing that I did. Was just, they just let Gas Town fly and like let it start doing stuff. we have to kind of somehow corral it in a team environment. So like we're figuring this stuff out like as a project first, and then that'll probably filter into how people use this at work. Does this work across separate systems, or is this message passing require the whole town to be run on one system? Some people are running Gas Town. Like I saw some project where it was like you can horizontally expand Gas Town, so you don't have to have everything running on one machine. So then you can like add servers essentially and run other Claudes on these other servers and like kind of horizontally expand, horizontally scale Gas Town. So, which is going to be ridiculous. Spinning up a whole ass EC2 servers to run all this stuff. Do you find work trees useful? I mean, Gas Town kind of handles it for you. So, yeah, they're useful. So, okay. Let's take a look back at... Well, we have a decent number of people here. Make sure you give the thumbs up on the video. It really helps us out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it. Yeah. Do I know Steve Yagi? No. I've read his book. Like I just follow him. His book with Gene Kim, Vibe Coding, super good. Highly recommend it. They basically vibe coded the entire book, which is hilarious. But yeah, Gene Kim is super well-renowned DevOps guy. And yeah, like when he wrote a book with Steve Yagi, I was like, oh shit, like this is serious. Like this whole vibe coding thing is serious. That's when I first started really taking it seriously, really like diving into it. No, I don't know him personally though. Have you experimented with other code orchestration tools, personally like Agro and AutoCloud? No, I haven't. I have a certain belief that we should try to stick with one tool. Like, yeah, like we should 80-20. Like, of course, we want to try new tools or whatever. But at the same time, if you just stick with one tool, you're going to get better at that one tool. Versus if you change tools all the time, you experience a learning curve each time you change the tools, right? Like no tool is a free lunch. So you always have to figure it out, and you're not going to be as productive to start off. And I just feel like if you stay with these tools for long enough, then you kind of, I don't know, you get better at them. Okay. Please close any PRs that were merged into the one branch. True. CLI 2 is also goated, which is why I like Gas Town. Everything else is GUI based. I see. Gotcha. Man, I just be working on like 3 projects at a time anyway. While one's cooking, I just add prompts to the other. Yeah. I mean, at work, I can't too much hype things out there to learn. Yep. And sock pasta rock made my own. Of course. Classic. Okay. Combined test branch. Cool. Great. Please open a PR for combined test branch. Are we still working? Nudge all polecats. Still very interested in how there's still great ideas. Oh yeah, of course. That's what we're here for. All right. Do we have anything to do here? All right, this guy is still... Do we have more beads to assign out? Can't get that bug. Do you recommend? Yes, I recommend it. It's like it's 4 sections, and they kind of try to convince you in the first chapter, in the first section, hey, vibe coding is good, it's worthwhile. So it's like it could be viewed as like preaching to the choir a little bit. But yeah, their concepts that they go over is pretty universally. It'll sound very familiar if you've done vibe coding. So. Please sling to idle workers. If you like reading, I have a newsletter. This is my latest article. Just kind of what I see. It's going to be second or third order effects of vibe coding. I've also written about other things like process, like Agile for agents. Written about Gas Town before. And yeah, I just kind of summarize my ideas weekly. In this newsletter. I write it on Fridays and publish it either Saturday, Sunday, just depends. So feel free to subscribe. That is the best way to like get the like the condensed version of this instead of watching this. I mean, of course, watch this for 3 hours or whatever, however long I do these for. But if you want like more reading material. I put it out on my newsletter, so. What were reasons for not taking vibe coding seriously before the book came along? Just like everyone else, like I was afraid of the hallucinations, and I did see some. Like I did see like, oh, it just like I work in Jenkins a lot, Jenkins pipelines, and then it would hallucinate. Like we were using just VS Code, and it would hallucinate different APIs or like different like Jenkins share libraries that that didn't exist, and like it kind of gave us the runaround. I was like, what the heck, this is terrible. And that was around circa June of last year, June 2025. And then this vibe coding book, I first heard of it, that Stevie ID, vibe coding, Gene, Kim, Steve, YouTube. I first heard about, they have like this YouTube channel. What was it? Their first episode was, I guess, 6 months ago. Yeah, I heard about it like basically when this entire thing was done. So probably 4 months ago. Yeah, August, September. Yeah, either September or October. I started, like, I heard about them making a book. I was like, oh shit, like this has to be really real. If I was gonna do it. So I'll drop this podcast in the chat. What MCPs have I used with it? Sorry. Thoughts on using it for GitOps, DevOps, SRE tasks in the future? Oh yeah, no. Like this is gonna be my main thing. Like I've hooked it up to pipelines. Like even in my own personal projects. Like I'll actually do it here, where I'll have it look at the PR and the tests, like the CI checks, and I say, hey, like make changes to the code until you make the CI checks pass. Like it does all that integration stuff by itself. So I can just kind of set it and forget it. It'll work to get the CI checks passing. And it'll commit code, it'll push it up, and it'll like do all the stuff by itself. And it'll read the CI checks, read the logs, what's wrong with it. All right, I'm gonna go back, change this code, and it does all that by itself, which is crazy. Did I get better at vibe coding for the book, or was it just more getting you into it? I think it got me better. Like it structured things in a way that I wouldn't have really put things together myself. I think that's the advantage of having like these guys have been doing it for like a year prior, and without agents and just the chat-based programming. So yeah, I feel like their lessons are kind of like applicable across these different dimensions. So yeah, it helps to like hear somebody else describe the same problems that you've probably seen in vibe coding. So okay, let's check Mayor. Oh, so it's spun up even more Claude code instances. And this is still running, I think. Let's go to the refinery. Oh wait, no, that's Gas Town Refinery. Roxis Refinery. So for example, please ensure all work gets merged into our combined branch and try to make the combined branch PR checks pass. So I'm talking directly to the refinery here because that's its job, is to interact with GitHub and to receive like, oh, hey, shit, there's work coming in here. Let me try to get it over into, I'm trying to combine all the work that I did into one branch because it doesn't make sense to like merge all these individual things in. I'm just trying to get it all into like one combined branch and make all the CI checks pass here, which is, you know, it's gonna be crazy. And okay, yeah, multiple conflicts, so it's gonna work through these merge conflicts. Complex conflicts. Add different tests, the same file. Yeah. So that's it. That's all the refinery's job, is to handle the merge conflicts. Just a reminder, like and subscribe, help us out, help the channel out. Us as in just me and you guys here. But yeah, if you enjoy hanging out, watching Claude do stuff, yep. Do you think you could make a getting started with Gas Town tutorial sometime? You're like the third person today, and yes, I will. I will make a 10-minute tutorial. I intended on making one, like whatever, like a week of live streams ago. I think I said like foot gun, like I said Gas Town beginner's guide, and then things went haywire. So yes, I'm definitely planning on doing that. Thank you, Kyle Walker. Adika Adam, hey, what's your opinion on getting existing code bases more compatible with Cloud Code and agents in general? Yeah, it's tough because like you want to get things modular like that. That's one of the things that they talk about in the book, is like modularity is key. If you have a big old monolith, then it's going to be much harder to get all that context in the agent. But the more modular things are, like the more you can scope things down, the better time you're going to have. So if you can make your stuff, just do microservices. Like you're supposed to do microservices like 10 years ago. So why haven't you done it yet? Vector DBs, code base indexing. Yeah. Oh, Quadrant. This is a new one. Vector database. Yeah, I use Augment. Like our company uses Augment. that not a sponsor. They should be a sponsor. But yeah, makes sense. Like it's these things like pre-index your code. Like they're able to search your code base, so like it indexes your code base, so you don't have to like grep around. So Claude or Augment or whoever doesn't have to like do manual searches. It can like query in a just in a semantic way. Hey, where do we get our where do we call the backend or whatever, right? Where do we do auth? And then it kind of pulls up all the auth code for you. Augment is using Opus 4.5. Yeah, I'm sure Quadrant, or whatever. I'm sure it's probably a similar idea. Hey, what kind of code base is this? Once you get the refinery to merge everything, how are you going to be sure that the thing works okay? It's a web app. Oh, look at our fucking usage, guys. Look at that. Beautiful. 45% used. Like, just doing nothing. Like, us doing nothing. So... yeah, I have a deploy on this PR, and I have like a dev AWS account set up and a prod AWS account. So every PR spins up a new kind of like dev instance of the app, and then it runs all the tests against this like AWS Lambda. And if the tests pass, like, great, cool. Checks pass, and then we can merge. So, has my usage passed 50% yet? I've hit a couple of sessions on the $200 a month one, but yeah, I haven't. It's been a while since I've like let it fly like this, because it just, I don't know. I don't have enough time to like I end up just yapping on these live streams. I just end up just talking versus like having it work. Please nudge all the polecat workers and assign out more beads. So yeah, nudging is just like things may be stuck. Like they maybe add a kind of terminal prompt in the kind of, I don't know, let's try to find one. Yeah, they could be like awaiting next task or whatever. Oops. So like all these are done. Okay, please assign out more beads. I use some of my weekly usage about 4 hours with Ralph technique. I was mainly stress testing my Max account. I generally through crossing. Nice. Yeah. No, I think the thing that they don't want us to do is like big AI providers. They're like, oh, just use Claude or like just, and it's like, well, I think using all these different models together will yield much better results than just using any individual one. Yeah, I don't want to review the code. I'll use a different model. Yep, exactly. Have I tried GLM by ZAI? I love it with these tools because you can do like a bazillion tokens and had no limits. Gotcha. Where's the sweet spot for that? I haven't done like the GLM. I haven't used that yet. And I don't know. I don't use it enough. I don't hit these limits anyway. Like I'm okay with spending the money. But maybe we'll hit the limit soon. But yeah, where's the sweet spot for that? Like having 3 different AI models? Yeah, I would say so. I think that's like triangulating, so having some concept of triangulating the solution, or so like you can have it. Can't get Grok to run YOLO or dangerously skip permissions. Yeah, gotcha. Most people do like a model for planning and different model for coding. Yeah, I think so. My process is that you have, well, at least the process that I just went through, like over the last couple sessions, I did a model for like Claude. Claude is my daily driver. Claude, I'm sticking with Claude through everything because I want to learn how it works. And then, so I had Claude make the spec. Then I had Gemini and Codex review it. I had Claude like review its own spec a bunch of times too. Gemini, Codex review it, gave some good comments. And then they made their own markdown files with the spec. And then I had beads made Claude create new beads from the spec, and then had it review itself a bunch of times. I did not do the multi-agent review with the beads, but you can do that. You can have Gemini and whoever else, Codex, review the beads and have them comment on the beads. So it's not destructive. It's not the models going in and changing it, all that shit up for what they like, how they would want to do it. But adding comments allows it to kind of get their feedback without it going and like destroying things. And then you can do like a model for PR reviews afterwards. So or like multi-model for PR reviews. So please tear down unused polecats and crew. What does the augment setup look like? Is it clock augment for indexing or just augment? So there's augment has its own CLI. It's called Augie, and it's a worse Claude code. Like I prefer the Claude code agent, but I'm sure their agent uses their own indexing stuff probably better. Like there is an MCP server for Claude to use augment, and I have that set up locally, and it uses okay. But I'm sure, like Augie's better at using their search or whatever. So. Smart. Comments in natural language so Claude can take their suggestions and make edits accordingly. Yep, exactly. Thanks, Kyle. Kyle Walker. Please merge all the new branches into the combined branch. I guess I'll clean it up when it's done. When we're done. What beads are left? I wonder if that would help assess pro cons each spot. We can do the work in that more isolated way. Okay, please continue to sling 2 convoys, just the Roxis ones. What's my speech text app of choice? Whisper Flow. I like it a lot. Again, I'm gonna shill anytime I can. Here's my invite code. I get a free month or something, and you get a free month. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but use my code. Yeah, I think it's free month for free month. So. Please check again. Please check again and merge new branches into combined branch. It'd be dope if you got a feature within OBS Studio that would allow us to see what buttons you're clicking on your keyboard. Oh, not live stream agreements for those. Okay, interesting. OBS. Gotcha. OBS keyboard overlay. Ah, here we go. Okay, I'll add this next time. Because, yeah, I think that would be helpful, probably. Do we have any more beads available to be slung? Cool. Yeah, no, it looks like a cool idea. I think it would be interesting. Display the whole keyboard. Mac OS keyboard viewer. Is there like accessibility? Oh, but like I don't really show it all the time. So all Roxis beads, there's none that are blocked. Oh, buddy. 65% used. That would be at the Tmux line curve. How are you switching screen? Well, so these are like tabs. So I'm just I have a tab switching command, but then it's just Control B. So now Control B gets me down to this, like, you see this status bar here? Control B gets me there, and then I just click S. And then I can go kind of between these ones, right? So if the Roxis refinery is working on these, see this bottom status bar is the refinery. Please merge all these into the combined branch. And then you can also like tap the number on the side here. Like you can, well, I don't know what these ones are, but like at least the mayor is number 2. So I can go to number 2. Yes, please, Sling. I mean, yeah, the Tmux learning curve is just those two commands. Like, you can get by with Tmux, like, just with, I mean, I say it in this Gas Town, my Gas Town article. But you can jump out with the Claude terminal Control B, and that gets us down to the status bar. And then we click S, and that pops us out to this window. We go Roxis refinery, and it's doing its thing. Combined branch. Well, all this new work shows different commits in GitHub, or is one big commit. Well, for me, right now on this PR, it's 39 commits. But then if I merge it in like my main branch, I think it by default it's a squash commit. Then it might combine this all into one commit. But yeah, basically these are 30, each commit is like a different worker doing a different thing. So yeah, this is the power of Gas Town. And then the refinery handles merge conflicts for us. Okay, any more beads that can be slung? Oops, shit. Okay, sling the ready Roxis Alice bead. Please clean up unused workers. And shut them down. Thinking about trying to use Gas Town, how to install it. I would just recommend just ask Claude to install it. Like you can just say, "Hey Claude, can you please install this?" and it'll figure out how to install it. You probably want to do it in like I have a GT folder. And it'll check everything out in this GT folder, but then just make your GT folder, open up your Claude in there, and then tell Claude, hey, I want to install Gas Town. And it should probably do it, right? I have to kind of nudge this one. Yeah, it should try to download it from GitHub. Cool. Install super easy, just follow the instructions in the repo. Figure out what it is that you've actually installed. Yep, exactly. Please merge into combined branch. Oh. Alright, I'm starting to run out of steam, guys. I think I'm running out of usage too. I'm at 73% usage. Basically, I'm not doing the right refinery pattern here because I'm trying to get it all into one PR instead of like having it merge all these PRs, because I'm just like doing one kind of super feature of just do everything, make the entire app. But yeah, this is the process with Gas Town. Thank you so much for your advice. It is working. I just need to include the repository URL for Claude to know what to download. Okay, cool. Nice. Dope. I appreciate likes, subscribes. Subscribe to my newsletter. One last call out here. Just yeah, I write every week. If you like my 3-hour live streams, you'll love these 30-minute articles to read. So please enjoy. Yeah, sweet. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do these in the evenings. I mostly do them in the mornings, early morning, Monday, Wednesday, and then I might add like, yeah, evenings, Tuesday, Thursday. So thanks for hanging out, Kyle. Appreciate it. But yeah. Oh, I need to call out if anybody's watching this, like replay, if somebody is going back and rewatching this after the live, let me know down in the comments. I want to see what percentage of people rewatch this. I think it's super interesting to see if, like, I don't know, people get value out of this, even if it's, I've been watching it for a while and just realized I wasn't subscribed. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Dre Birch. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're on the come up here. We're trying to be the next big, whatever, AI coding live stream, build in public type of thing. But I don't know. I'm not trying to make $1 million. I'm not trying to put in my title headline, whatever, vibe coding till I'm making $1 million. I'm just I don't know, trying to show my process and hopefully be a little educational, chat with you guys. So yeah, thanks D Modals, appreciate it. All right, yeah, I'll probably handle this merging all these things tomorrow. Yeah, it's getting kind of late because I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow morning. If you guys are around, usually start around like 5 a.m. PST, but given that I'm up now doing the stream, so I don't know. We'll see how it works. So, anyways, yep. I'll try to do the key thing too. So, cool. Thanks all. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'll update you guys next stream on how this is going. Aight. Peace.